amigas, let's sound like anyway, bitch. Let's cook and I hope I can make it in time. It's 3:54. We're going to the Astros game. The game is at 6:10. I want to leave the house by 5 o'clock. That's in an hour. So that means I have an hour to cook this asado de puerco. And I just got the rice. So right now I'm just gonna do that and then I gotta do the chile. But bitch, I gotta tell you guys some chisme. So hold on. Bitch, it's not even chisme. It's just like something that happened yesterday. Bitch, and I still have to do my makeup. So I'm gonna do all of this in the YouTube video. Alex is forcing me to record. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll record while I do this. I wanna leave the house by 5 o'clock. So that gives me an hour exactly to finish cooking. But latest I will leave is 5:30. We could be a little late to the game, you know? But I'm mainly wearing gloves because I have to do my ab and I don't want it to be contaminated, cause contamination with the food. Oh, and the chile, mainly the chile because I still gotta do the chile next. So yesterday night I went out, right? And I went to the bar. It doesn't matter where I went. Point is that I was leaving the bar, right? I was leaving the bar and what's it called? I was waiting on my Uber, aka my son, to pick me up, right? So as I'm waiting, there's a hot dog lady right in front of me, right? Pay attention to me. So there's a hot dog lady in front of me, so I was like, oh, like, desespero, let me get a hot dog, right? So, okay. So I hop on live because I'm out, I'm by myself. So, I don't know, what is live gonna do? But I felt a little safer just being on live. Just having somebody to talk to rather than just sitting there by myself and just getting randomly approached by men, which is what normally happens. But I was like, oh, you know, I hopped on live and I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat a hot dog. And as I'm talking to the lady about the prices or whatever, the lady proceeds to ask me, she's like, oh, ¿vas a querer cebolla? And I was like, no, no, gracias. And she's like, okay, ¿vas a querer ketchup y todo eso? I was like, oh, you know, like mayonesa, pero le pone poquitita ketchup. Anyway, so in the background, bitch, this fucking grown-ass fucking man, hijo de su puta madre, vato, malparido, bro, like dead ass. I have friends that are Latino, so don't come at me trying to say I'm changing my accent, because I'm just saying the fucking word. Anyway, point is that este hijo de su puta madre, güey, this guy empezó a gritar, right? And I didn't even know he was talking to me at that. Honestly, I don't know who the fuck I thought he was talking to. I just knew it wasn't me. I assumed at least. Well, I'm in my own world talking to the lady and I'm telling her like, no, because she was like, ¿segura que no quieres cebolla? And I was like, no, es que me da agruras. Me da muchas agruras. And then this guy, he's like, pinche naca or something about naca. And he's like, deberías de comértelo bien preparado, sino para que te comas esa chingadera. And the lady was like, ¿te está hablando a ti? And I was like, I know he sure as fuck ain't talking to me. And then she was like, ¿estás segura? And I was like, no. She's like, ¿lo conoces? I was like, no. He just started talking shit. And I'm like, he was like calling me naca and shit, right? And I was like, ay, papito, sí, hombre, sí, whatever, you know, just messing with everything he was saying. And then he was like, ¿cuál papito? He was like, es Officer González. And I was like, ¿y eres oficial para acabarla de chingar? Eres oficial. He's like, I'm an officer. It's Officer González to you, bitch. And I was like, bitch, your mama, bitch. And I was like, your mama raised the bitch. The fuck? And he was like, ya quisieras que te pusiera esto en la boca. And I don't know what. And by then, I had already sat down on the sidewalk, right? I was like, no, hombre, mijito, quisieras tú. Pero claramente no se te ve nada. You know, la salchicha que traigo en el hot dog está más grande que la chingadería que traes ahí entre piernas, mijo. And he got mad and he was just like, about calling me names. And I was like, sí, hombre, sí, hombre. He tried to approach me. Every time he tried to approach me, his homie kept pushing him back. And he's like, get out, wait. Nah, he was like, I don't give a fuck. And I told him, I was like, if your own homie trying to keep you away, you need to listen to him because you're clearly doing too fucking much. I'm telling him this in Spanish. I'm on live, so all of this is recorded.
Quítate o te quito.
Ah,
cabrón. Papi, me siento yo, tú no. Quisieras, papi. Dice, te sientas en esa chingadera. Esa chingadera. Está más grande el puto hot dog que la chingadera que trae puesta. Quisieras, papá.
Hermosa, pero ¿sabes qué?
The minimum audacity is wild.
No me vas a ganar. ¿Y sabes qué? Y aquí por naco yo.
Bro, when your own homie's telling you to shut the fuck up, you need to shut the fuck up.
some girl was sitting, she was just sitting right there next to me, right? And I didn't put much mind to her. She kept apologizing. And I was like, girl, I'm thinking to myself, are you apologizing? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, no te preocupes. She was like, no, she's like, I'm sorry because, she's like, literally, I'll see, she's like, one of them is my brother and the other one is my friend. She's like, I'm so sorry for their behavior. Behavior? Girl, the disrespect, the fuck? And I looked at her, I was like, ¿cuál es tu hermano? And she was like, el oficial. I was like, el oficial? Ay. And then some other guy approached me. Oh, because the guy, like, her brother, the officer Gonzalez, he kept coming towards me. He was getting really hostile and he was getting very aggressive. And he kept coming towards me. And he was like, estás bien pinche fea, pinche vieja naca, y está toda puta rayada. O sea, mijito, mis tatuajes me los estoy quitando. Y si quiero, me quito todos los putos perros tatuajes. Pero esa puta boca chueca que tienes en la, you know, like, con la que me estás insultando, vato. I was like, esa ni con años y miles de dinero y de dólares te la arreglas, pendejo. Pinche boca chueca y te pones a insultarme. No, hombre. O sea, si vas a insultar, es como si vas a insultar a alguien. Asegúrate que seas perfecto. Que no tengas cola que te pisen, básicamente. Pinche vato, boca chueca, le dije. Y te pones a insultarme, vato, te pones a hablar puras mamadas, a hablar de mi apariencia. O sea, güey, y yo le dije, because remember, I'm on live, and I'm like, dude, I'm in my own world. I don't fucking know you. I'm out here trying to eat a fucking hot dog, minding my business. And here you come to talk all this shit and disrespect me. What? The fucking audacity, bro. That shit was so crazy to me. And then eventually, I told him, I was like, you're giving little dick behavior. I don't know if I could say that. He kept getting more mad. And I was like, he just kept talking about my tattoos. I'm like, all you got to say, bro. That's literally all you got to say. You can't call me ugly. I look a little crackhead right now. But I can look good. But point is, they just keep coming at me about my appearance and my tattoos, bro. At the end of the day, you still look the way you fucking look, and your fucking mouth is beat up. Look like you fucking been chewing on a fucking piece of tree, on a piece of wood, on a fucking rock, and you want to talk all this shit. You want to come at me, and he was getting violent. Honestly, I swear to God, if his homeboy wasn't there, and if his sister wasn't there, honestly, his sister, the way she was fucking acting, which is not doing shit. Because if my brother was to disrespect a woman, I would have backhanded slapped the fuck out of my brother. If my kids were to ever disrespect a woman like that, they're gonna hear from me. They're gonna feel me. So, su hermana, también, al final del día, it all falls back to her too, because to sit there and allow it, like, the fuck? That's your brother, bro. Di algo. She was just like, I'm sorry. Anyway, pero if his homeboy wasn't there, honestly, el vato a lo mejor se me hubiera venido encima, which is kind of scary, because, like, wait, ¿qué pedo con tu vida? So in the midst of all this guy se me arrimó, and he was just like, ¿estás bien? And I was like, no, Simón. Verbalmente, is that how you say it? I don't know. Point is, I was like, I'm watching from over there. And he kept getting close to you, so I figured I would come and make sure you're okay. Sweet guy. I know people are gonna backtrack and be like, why were you by yourself? That's not the point. It's like blaming the victim. No, deja tú, o sea, the fact that this guy is supposedly an officer, right? And he's behaving like this. You know, he's coming at women like this. He's the type of freaking guy or cop that I feel like if he was to arrest you, he'd be the type that, you've seen those stories where, like, the officers arrest women y luego, like, ellas, you know? I feel like he's that type of guy. He would throw himself on women, and then he would, like, become violent with them out of rejection. No, I was with my friend, and the only reason my friends weren't with me, because they were like, bro, let's go to an after spot. I know. I was like, no, vayan ustedes. My friends were like, no, let's go. And, like, they were waiting for me, and I was like, no, váyanse, because I was like, my son's down the street. And he was, but my son said he made a wrong turn. So my son was down the street, so this all happened in a span of 10 minutes or whatever. Because I had told my son one place, but since I had walked to get the hot dog, it was on the opposite side of the street, and it was a one-way street. But it wasn't gonna be long, and my friends were like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. And plus, like, there was still people out there. People were still walking to their cars, leaving the bars, whatever, you know. And there was other people that were getting hot dogs too or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I'd sentado en la banqueta, but I don't know. It's so fucking weird. It's scary because I've seen situations where men attack women or hit them, or, you know, like at a bar or something, and he's one of those. I know he is, I know it. I'm trying to do both, cook and do my makeup. Do you guys think we're gonna make it to the game? Do you guys think I'm gonna have the asado ready? Oh, I guess you're gonna have to watch the rest of the video to find out. But yeah, bitch, me and my son were talking about it on the way home. I was like, dude, you just missed it. He was like, what the hell? And at that, I'm actually glad that it was Alex that picked me up, because if it would have been Angel, Angel would have been fuming. Normally Angel picks me up with his friend, so that situation would have escalated really bad, especially if I would have texted him and I would have told him, hey, can you be careful, hurry up, or this guy's coming at me. No, Angel would have, he probably would have, knowing him, he would have parked the car and ran to where I was at, and then it just would have been bad. My kids don't play about me, especially him, but whatever. I went to the opening game today, and it was during the week. It was on Thursday, and I promised Max and Luna that I was gonna take them today, which is what we're doing. But yesterday Luna got to pick dinner, so yesterday I made chicken Alfredo, and then today Max le ocurrió that he wanted asado de puerco. So I was gonna make him the ensalada de coditos and everything, but I don't have time for that, so he's just gonna have to settle with eating it with only rice. I'll probably make the ensalada de codito tomorrow before work, because I do work tomorrow. I work at 4 p.m. I went back to working night shift just because this shift just works better for me. I'm able to be home in the morning to send Luna off to school, and I'm also able to be home in the afternoon right before I go to work. She gets home from school, so I'm able to greet her and serve her an afternoon lunch or something. So that works out. That works with me. And plus I only work 4 days, so with this schedule, so I go hard like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then from there it's just, damn, I burnt my freaking forehead the other day. And then I can just chill. I'm off the rest of the days. So like today's Saturday, so I like this schedule better. I'm still mad about that guy, because bitch, I need to get the chile out and I need to blend it like 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna put it inside with the carne. Because honestly, once it's inside the carne, I just have to let it sit for another 30 minutes, which by then I'm pretty sure will be gone. But Alex isn't going to the game, so I'm just gonna have him turn it off or whatever. But my main thing is just getting the chile in the carne so we can start cooking, because I don't trust the boys with them making it. I don't even know what I'm wearing. I think I have an idea. I think I want to do like a black capri jumpsuit. I wore a white capri jumpsuit to the opening game. I got so many compliments. I think today I want to do a black capri jumpsuit with these brown platform heels that I was supposed to wear to the opening game, but I didn't. But I did buy a hat on, what day was that? On the opening game. And, well, I bought two, but I think one of them would go with the black capri jumpsuit and with the brown platform heels. So I get such nostalgia when I wear those heels, because when I was little, I think I was Max's age. I want to say I was like, you know what, I was probably younger. But let's just say anywhere, maybe from the age of 10 to 12. I had asked my dad, we had gone to the swap meet, and I had begged my dad. I was like, Dad, please, can I have these heels? Please, Bob, please. And my dad was like, no, te vas a caer. Because the platform was this big. My dad was like, no, te vas a caer. And I was like, please, Dad. And then he was like, no. And I was like, oh. So then we kept walking around the swap meet. Y pues yo andaba con mi carita de perrita. Y I was like, toda agüitadita. And I was like, just all sad and shit. And I remember I would randomly just go to my dad, and I would sit on my dad's lap, and I was like, please, Pa. And my dad was like, que no entiende, cabezona, entiende, necia. And I was like, okay. And then así, güey, así seguí terca the whole day. Normally I would ask my dad for a whole bunch of stuff, and then I remember he bought my brother something, and then he looks at me and he's like, no vas a querer nada. And I was like, he was like, pero si te partes la madre. And I was like, yes, bitch. He was like, si te partes la madre, he's like, así te la voy a volver a partir yo para que entiendas, cabrona. And I was like, no. He's like, ni vas a saber caminar en ellos. And I was like, no, Dad. And I remember I had given him this excuse to why I needed them, and I was like, it's because my pantalon is really long and I keep stepping on them, and these are right length for my pantalones to fit. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck, but I remember this clearly. I took a picture that day with my dad and my brother. We went to go visit my uncle afterwards. He was a photographer, and I remember he took a picture of us, and I was like, Theo, hold on, make sure you do a full body so you can get my heels. So yeah, it's a picture of my dad, my brother, and myself, and You could see me wearing the platform ones. They were white. I remember those so much. Ugh. So yeah, my dad ended up sending me that specific picture, and he's like, "Mira, ¿te acuerdas de tus tacones feos?" And I was like, "Stop," because I love them, and I'm so happy they're back in style. And not because I'm only wearing them because they're back in style. I've clearly been a fan. It's just that they're more accessible now that they're back in style compared to before. Right now that they became more popular, they were hard to like come upon. Like myself, I've always just loved heels. Always. I remember my mom used to leave to work or whatever, and I would go in her closet, just try on all her heels. And then mom has OCD, and she's a huge clean freak. I clearly did not get that from her, but I'm not like pa todo recogiendo. Anyway, so she would notice when I would go through, she would notice when I would go through her stuff, and she would be like, Stephanie. I already knew, but I'll tell you what, ho, it was worth the ass whooping. I would hear, Stephanie. I'd be like, oh, she knows I was in her closet. And then I would go over there and be like, que sea la primera y última vez. Keep in mind, this is after the 5th time I've already touched her stuff. And she'd be like, que me tocas mis zapatos. And I'm like, bitch. As soon as she left, I do it again. Get my ass whooped again. I ain't give no fucks. Never did, never will. And I'd be bringing it up. I'd be like, remember when you used to whoop my ass? And she'd be, bro, mom's be pissing me off because she'd be like, ay, no sé de qué hablas. Yo a ti nunca te pegué. Woman, I swear to God, bro, why you lying? I gotta wait for this part. Maybe while I wait, yeah, I can do that. Because I'm trying to do as much as I can before I get back to cooking. I guess I'll bake while my food cooks. No, it wasn't funny, no. I'm on really good timing. It is 4:26. You can turn it off, puppy. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna put one more concealer underneath my eye. And then I'm gonna let that concealer sit while I blend the chile. There's some carne in one of the bags. Put it in the fridge so it doesn't go bad. That's for tomorrow. I'm gonna make sopes. Alex wants sopes. I let them each pick one meal that they want me to make per the week. So Luna had chosen chicken Alfredo. Max chose the asado, like I said earlier, and Alex wants sopes. So now I'm gonna put the Dior one underneath. Just sit for a bit because my Dior one doesn't crease. And then while I do this, while this fits, I'm gonna, hold on, I'm actually gonna put a little bit of powder on this one. I don't want it to fall on underneath my eye, so I'm doing it like this. It could fall on my leg instead. I'm gonna let that while I blend the chile. So, come on. Oops. Ya le eché el sazón, ya le eché el ajo. And then we blend it. Still para acá. Ojalá no le salga picoso porque si no luego la niña no va a poder comer. O yo pues, si está picoso. No hay pedo. Le echamos más agua. Bueno, ahora vamos a que se ponga a hervir. Ahorita que termine de hervir, voy a ver si con más agua se le quita un poquito lo picoso. Ay, no. Buen tiempo, 4:40. Muy bien, chicas, muy bien, muy bien. Vamos, muy buen tiempo. Ok, vamos a hacer contour. Pero ese es el contour de polvo, el otro era el contour de líquido. A ver, este gato, ¿qué tal? Sí, ¿no? ¿Está bien? Ok. Con un poquito de este me voy a poner arriba del ojo. Luna, is your hair brushed? We're about to leave in 20 minutes. Max, start getting ready. 20 minutes. That's not bad. I think I did good. Este lápiz lo amo, me salió en la beauty supply store. No, es poquitito aquí. Sí, ¿no? Ya. No voy a pensar mal. Ok. ¿Qué va a querer la princesa? ¿Qué quiere la niña fresa? Recogimos sin maquillaje. Si luego, no luego me regaña mi mamá. Aunque no vivo con ella vive en otro diferente estado, pero de cualquier forma la puedo escuchar. ¿No puedes recoger tu cochinero o qué? ¿No tienes manos? Enséñate, Stephanie. Uy. A mis 35 años de vida. Más, si no me he enseñado ya, no me voy a enseñar nunca. No se crean. Ahora sí ya recojo después de pintarme. missed one little thing, one little detail. Okay, I have a little bit of black eyeshadow, just this little bald spot I have right here. Just fill it in with some shadow, and that's it. Same thing on the other side, but this one has more of a bald spot than the other side. Just adding a little bit of eyeshadow there. Okay, that's it. And I might do lashes, but right now I got 10 minutes to get dressed. I have not done my hair, but good thing I'm gonna throw on my extensions and I'm not worried about the top of my hair because I'm going to wear a hat. Alright, I'm pausing my hair because I have to do Luna's. We're gonna do half up, half down.
I'm going to school today?
No, but it's a clean haircut. It's a nice haircut, that's fine. Hairstyle, I'm sorry.
As soon as I get there, can I get the Cheeto thingy since I've been craving them for so long?
Yeah, you can.
So maybe get 2 buckets
No, you could pay for the first one.
and then get the second one.
You can call your puppy for that one. You can call your papa and then you're gonna say, hey, can you buy me this popcorn? And then we're gonna hang up and then we're gonna call Abuelita and Papi and we're gonna do Papi, Abuelita, can you please buy me?
You do my papa's part.
No, he's yours. He's your dad, not mine.
I don't like interacting with him, and I don't like asking from him. I like asking for Papi and Lisa because they instantly give it to me.
Because they're your grandparents, it's different. I don't always give you what you want. Okay, yeah, I do. That's a horrible example. Alright.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
You guys want to see my Hello Kitty? You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Isn't she so cute?
Go ask Alex if you can take the tags off, baby. The food ended up cooking. I did do a taste test before I got Luna's outfit, so each good. And then I'm just gonna blow dry this little part of my hair. Look, it got tangled on my hair. Because like I said, I'm wearing a hat. And I'm just gonna throw on my jumpsuit and we're out of here. It is 5:06. Remember I said the latest I would, what the fuck is this? But the latest I would be okay with leaving the house was 5:30. Okay, look at my phone. Look at my outfit and I'll be right back. We're all ready. Here's the fit. I'm with this bag again. This really matches the hat. But,
Yeah.
all right.